yeah, I guess let's do that. So this game wasn't really exciting, guys, like at all. I went back to New York this weekend, so I was in attendance. It was a fun time. The tailgate was fun. And speaking of the tailgate, I don't know if you guys saw, but this was great. Did you guys see the plane?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So
Yeah, I saw
there
it,
was
yeah.
okay, so there was a plane going over MetLife that said, "Mr. Mara, enough, please fix this dumpster fire." And it just kept circling MetLife while we were all tailgating. It was very funny. And so post game, they were asking the players about it and they were asking neighbors about it. And he had like a long hesitation. He was just like, I ain't paid for the plane. So big thing on Giants Twitter is we're trying to figure out who paid for the plane, but I think all of us would have chipped in if we knew that was happening. So it wasn't really exciting. New Orleans and the Giants wasn't a high scoring game at all. New Orleans won 14-11. Like I said, just no offensive identity on either side. Alvin Kamara couldn't even get going. He only had 44 yards, which I was shocked about. But the Giants defense played pretty decent. Trey Hawkins III had our second interception of the season, but unfortunate for him, he fractured his lumbar spine, so he's now on IR.
Ooh, prayers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
Prayers up.
Yeah, and he had a really good game, and he was, it was nice to see him getting more reps in there, now that the season's been over. So we got to see a little more of him, and that's just a brutal blow for him. Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau each recorded a sack. So they did, the defense played pretty well. Like I said, they contained Alvin Kamara, which I didn't think was going to happen. Offense was pretty stagnant. Tyrone Tracy was the only one who had a touchdown, but he only had about 45 yards. Drew Lock had more rushing yards than him. He had 59, so he was making some plays with his legs there. Another, no touchdown game and an interception. Guys, in the end, it's like beating a dead horse. The Giants are just not a good football team. They're in full-on tank mode, and you could tell they're in full-on tank mode because the defense had the stop, and we were able to tie it to go to overtime. And Graham Gano misses, a 34-yard field goal? Like, you can't even make this up, guys. We figure out new ways to lose every week. It's just so funny. I think, actually, when we were there, more people were cheering for the missed field goal. Like, Giants fans were cheering. Because at that point, we're so bad, guys. Number one pick is coming in hot. We'll see what happens with that. But we're in a dogfight with the Raiders. I just don't think with our upcoming schedule we'll see another win. So, looking like the Giants will pick pretty high this year.
I don't know. I mean, the Raiders are now on QB3 with Desmond Ridder by the sounds of it.
I mean, honestly, Drew Lock isn't much better. So, we'll see what happens. We literally scored 11 points. 11. And the Saints are not a good team. In any way, shape, or form. So
Can we try Tommy DeVito again? Just saying.
Honestly, you might see him again.
I would like that very much.
Yeah, you might see him again. So that would be exciting. Like I said, just play whoever, have fun with it. Next week versus the Ravens will be ugly, but we'll get into that later. My player of the game is Trey Hawkins with our second interception. I think he had a really good game. Oh, and one other thing that I wanted to mention was that Smith Marset. He's been actually pretty good as a punt returner for us. He basically almost had a punt return touchdown, but it was negated by a holding. So that was unfortunate. I really wanted that for him because he's been working really hard.
Don't it just suck when you get those holding calls on punt or kickoff returns?
Yeah, it's because we don't get punt returns often, so it was an exciting moment, but is what it is. Embrace the tank.